Hi everybody, this is Josh with Josh Wright Piano TV. Today's episode is dedicated to Joaquim. I hope that's how you say it. And he asked a question, how can I play hands together more effectively? And someone might say, oh, that's kind of a primitive question, are you just learning your beginning technique? And I would definitely never say something like that, because even I have been working on the Mendelssohn Serious Variations, and it has this section that has a lot of hands together motions that are extremely quick. And so this is a great question, and I'm excited about today's video. It presents a concept that can help you align your hands very well for any passage, really, where they're just playing note for note hands together. First of all, just basics. You want to play a lot of slow practice, and you want to be able to, I like to think of each note as being maybe a psychological game. Think of each note as being infinitely long, and so you can't have it be this. You got to be together. So what you want to focus on, you want to raise your awareness of hands being together. Great ways to do this is fast scales. When I'm playing those, I'm thinking C's together. I have a checkpoint. So if they get a little off, at least I'm having those C's together. So this would be a bad scale, but properly aligned on the C's. Doesn't sound too terrible. Whereas this, horrible. So we really want to get to the point where you can focus at a slow tempo, each note being together, and then in a fast tempo, I think it's almost impossible to have at just a very, very high tempo each note exactly perfect. Maybe I'm just having a crappy attitude about that, or just an amateur way of looking at that, but I think that is pretty hard. So what I like to do is I like to have little checkpoints where my hands are aligned, and as you get better and better, they're very close together. So C, E's together, G's, B's, D's, F's. Maybe every other note, or you could focus on all the C's and the F's. So they can get more aligned and better that way. Okay, now let's get into an exercise I like to call 4-3-2-1. I was taught this exercise by a conductor when I think I was 11 or 12. I was playing the Mendelssohn G minor first concerto, and there's a passage in there that I was having some troubles with, and he gave me this exercise, which really helped a lot. And I'm going to demonstrate just with a piece I've been working on a lot. I've demonstrated in previous videos. It's the Grand Polonaise by Chopin. So there's a little passage that came to mind when I thought of this question. So that, or that little passage. So just being, how can we get those lined up so it's not really sloppy like that, or this just falling apart everywhere? That sounds terrible. This 4-3-2-1 exercise is great. So first of all, you want to start in a slow tempo when you're learning this technique. Then you can speed up. But you just do 4 repetitions of each note to begin with. Sorry, I don't have my music. I actually haven't practiced this way for a while. So, and then you switch to 3. So really slowly. And then you go to 2. And then 1. I actually think I played a few of those repetitions twice, my bad. Right there, again, then you can start speeding up. Sorry, 1. keeping complete looseness. If you miss a note every now and again, it's not the end of the world because you're not going to actually be playing that way. Try to get it completely accurate though. And then 3. And then 2. And I actually find 2 to be the hardest because it's so I would sit and work on that very slowly, and then that way it's really enforcing 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 that those notes are together, and then when you go to play sounds a lot better, and it's aligned. You could do this for any passage. Again, I actually practice this way for So I like to, that exercise has helped me with a lot of things throughout the years to help my hands be more aligned. You can also do rhythms. I've discussed those very lengthy in other videos, but and then 4, 5, 6. As you can see, 6 is not an effective rhythm because it just lines everything up perfectly for that passage. 7. 8. 9. And you always want to do those in tempo, so that would be in tempo for that. If you wanted really fast, you want really quick like that. So all of these are really the exercises I use to most effectively get my hands to be more aligned and more precisely together. Any kind of rhythm and the 4-3-2-1 exercise. I hope this has been helpful today. If anybody has any further questions about hand alignment or any other question that they'd like me to do a video on, please email me. My email is josh@joshwrightpiano.com. Thanks again for joining me today.